So here we are, EAA Airventure 2022, day 2. This is Tuesday. I've already done a good bit of walking around this morning, tried to get some photos before the crowd showed up, and I'll be sharing those as we go on through this little video. I wanted to talk about a couple of the main events that's going to be going on today. The debut of the RV-15. They did a forum this morning, and the management staff and the engineers and all did a talk about that. So we're going to talk about that today. So one of the hugely anticipated debuts here at Airventure 2022 was the Vans RV-15 high wing. They did bring a prototype example out to the show, and it gathered lots and lots and lots of attention. This morning I attended the forum that they put on. It was an hour long. The president, the vice president, their engineering staff, their test pilot, all did overviews of the aircraft. The item that's here at the show is a prototype. They said that they anticipated many changes to occur before it goes into production, but the basic bones are there, and they went over some of the sort of the attributes that are going to remain with the aircraft. So one of the main attributes that they're really proud of is the landing gear. It's got a suspension system that's built internal to the plane, so it doesn't cause drag. It uses some shock-absorbing pistons and some really beefy aluminum, like solid aluminum gear legs that are pretty massive. So anyway, they talked about that. They're very happy with how that turned out. New engineering techniques. They're buying a lot of new CNC equipment and getting it up and running. I guess they have a very large machine coming that they hope to be operational by October in order to produce these kits in a good time frame. So the one of the big numbers is that they hope to start selling kits by next year's Oshkosh, but it could be more like 18 months. It depends on how their sort of testing and evaluation and how many changes they end up making. So some of the other attributes everybody wants to know about with this aircraft are stall speed, cruise speed, takeoff distance, that sort of thing. So they wouldn't release the stall speed yet. I guess with testing and changes, they don't want to release. They said they're happy with it, but there may be changes. Their target cruise speed is 140. They said they're reaching that now. Again, they're using an IO 390, the RV-14 front end. So the takeoff is currently 400 feet. Again, they're pretty happy with that for what their target is for carrying a good load, landing in short fields, and getting good cruise speeds. So a couple other main attributes that they mentioned this morning are that the rivets that they're using are probably going to be pulled rivets or soft rivets, just ease of production by the builder, and they decided that they're just as strong as their driven rivets that's so traditional to Vans RVs, with the exception of the RV-12. The RV-12 is the only one currently using pulled rivets. So that's a big change, and I don't know anything about soft rivets. I'm going to have to do some research on that one. So the last few specifications, it's a tailwheel aircraft. That's how it was designed. It may be a tricycle in the future. 50 gallons fuel, 900-pound useful load, and 200 pounds baggage is all in their targets for this aircraft. So the RV-15 is a pretty cool aircraft. There were obviously all the Vans aircraft on site. A really cool RV-10 was on site with a really neat paint job. So lots to see, and Vans always delivers. Neat company. Another neat aircraft that was at the show that's new is a scale Wings P51 replica. It's all carbon composite. It's a 70% scale aircraft, and let me tell you, it is cool. They have replicated every rivet into the aircraft just like an original P51, so it's really neat. Again, 70% scale, so it's a little smaller. The engine is a Rotax 915 turbo intercooled engine. And I got some videos at the end of this I'll show you from the air show yesterday. It really does have a neat P51 sound, just not quite as loud, but it's real neat. It's got like a 216 knot VNE, 185 knot cruise up high at 15,000 feet. with that turbo engine, it'll get up high and cruise really well. So it's kind of a neat aircraft. You can check out. It's a two-seater, tandem seating, and retractable gear. Really neat aircraft.
What is in the original molds, we have handcrafted every rivet and every screw of the original P-51, just scaled down by 30%. So when we laminate the carbon fiber, it leaves the imprints. You will find every screw and every rivet of the original Mustang on the skids of this full carbon wrapper. And I invite everyone to come to our booth 347 to look at those details later. Everyone at EAA and
yeah, we're excited to have you here. You know, this is one of the most anticipated new experimental aircraft in quite some time. The Wing P51 Mustang is a full carbon composite, true to scale, 70% replica.
So I'll finish up today with just some random pics that I took as I was walking around this morning, some military aircraft, and of course at the end, we got to see a little Scrappy. Who doesn't need to have their motorcycles hanging from the wing under their plane? I mean, I think everybody does. So just a little fun there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and more videos to come from Airventure 2022.
It's 58 liters and a half, but it's a little EV on it. There's a very well. So, are you smoking? Minnesota.